In a moment of pure, gut-wrenching fury, a mother's love can curdle into a rage so powerful it shatters a family. For anyone watching Emmerdale tonight, we saw that exact moment unfold as Rhona, her heart ripped to shreds by fear and betrayal, did the unthinkable. She cast her daughter, April Windsor, out of their home, unknowingly pushing her from the frying pan of family drama straight into the raging inferno of the criminal underworld. The air in the Dingle household has been thick with a grief and tension so palpable you could almost taste it. It all began with a heart-stopping incident that every parent has nightmares about. Young, innocent Leo, Rhona's beloved son, was found unconscious. Rushed to hospital, the horrifying truth came to light. He had accidentally ingested ecstasy pills, the source of those pills, his own sister April. But this isn't a simple story of teenage rebellion. April isn't just experimenting or trying to be cool. She's a child trapped in a terrifying world she never asked to be a part of. We've watched with our hearts in our mouths as she and her boyfriend Dylan were coerced into the murky, dangerous world of county lines drug dealing. They were just kids in over their heads, trying to pay back a debt to a man named Ray Walters. But as is so often the case in these dark tales, the real monster was lurking in the shadows. That monster has a name, Celia Daniels. In a chilling hospital encounter that felt ripped from a horror film, the facade dropped. As April waited for news on her little brother, in a life-or-death situation she felt responsible for, Celia appeared. This wasn't the mysterious figure she'd heard about. This was the mastermind, the puppet master pulling Ray's strings. With a venomous slap that echoed with threats, Celia made her position terrifyingly clear. If April ever spoke a word of the truth, her entire family would pay the price. This is the unimaginable weight April was carrying when she returned home to the wreckage of her family. Leo was safe, thank God, but the emotional storm was just beginning. Ray, ever the manipulator, had coached her, feeding her a story to protect his and Celia's operation. When the social worker arrived, in a moment of surreal levity, hilariously named Gary Barlow, April knew she had to perform the role of a lifetime. With a courage that belied her terror, she asked to speak to him alone. What followed was a masterclass in desperation, a lie woven from threads of truth to make it utterly believable. She told the social worker she'd found the drugs, that she was just trying to impress her friends. Then she delivered the fatal blow. Digging deep, she crafted a narrative of a troubled teen cracking under the immense pressure of her home life. Unaware that her mother was listening from the other room, her words, designed to protect Rhona, became the very weapons that would be used against her. They don't realize how much pressure I'm under, and that's why I act out sometimes, April confessed, her voice trembling with the effort of the lie. It's like she's this amazing vet and he's this brilliant chef and I'm not much cop at anything. I just feel this massive weight on my shoulders that I'm trying to live up to something that I'm never gonna be. For Rhona, hiding and listening, each word was a dagger to the heart. Her son almost died, and here was her daughter blaming them. Blaming the love, the ambition, the very foundation of the family she had tried to build. The fear and grief she had been wrestling with erupted into pure, unfiltered rage. Later, the confrontation was explosive, shattering the fragile peace. The truth of what Rhona had overheard came tumbling out. "You blame us?" She spat, her voice cracking with the agony of betrayal. April, trapped and unable to reveal the real reason for her lies, could only stand there and take it. The screaming escalated, the accusations flew, and Marlon could only watch, a helpless bystander to his family's complete unraveling. When April, desperate and broken, asked if it would make Rhona happier if she just moved out, she probably expected her mum to back down, for them to fight, cry, and eventually find their way back to each other. But Rhona was too far gone. Consumed by her pain, she agreed. Yes, it would be for the best. For a few weeks, she said, but the finality in her tone felt like a lifetime. In that one devastating moment, Rhona didn't just kick her daughter out. She severed April's lifeline. She removed her from the one safe harbor she had left in the world. Now, April is alone, isolated, and more vulnerable than ever. She has been pushed directly into the path of the very predators she was trying to protect her family from. Ray and Celia now have her exactly where they want her, with no one to turn to, no one to protect her, and completely under their control. Has Rhona, in an act of blind fury, just made the biggest mistake of her life? With the door to her home slammed shut, April is walking straight into the lion's den. The danger has just escalated tenfold, and as she disappears into the night, one terrifying question hangs in the air. Will she ever find her way back?